I got to tell you, how many times was I grateful today? At least 4. How many horsemen were there? 4. How many teams do we ultimately care about in the NCAA tournament? Like, when does it actually start to matter? The final 4. Oh, and by the way, in case you missed it, where will your Philadelphia Flyers enter the draft lottery this year? 4! They did it! They almost did it. They almost blew it, and Brad Shaw challenged a goal, and there was one called back for goaltender interference, and oh my God, I have never in my life gotten to the end of an NHL game and been so unbelievably relieved at the end. I said horrible, horrible things while watching that game in my living room last night. My wife, God love her, she was, I don't even remember, she might have been like doom scrolling or something, just sitting. No, she was doing her nails. She was doing she does like this thing with her nails that I don't understand. It's like a powder thing, and there's like this, and then just, I don't get it. But her nails look great, and they're very like festive for Easter. But anyway, I'm like losing my mind watching the Flyers on Thursday night. And I didn't want to be insane, and I didn't want to feel like I was crazier than normal, but like, we got to a point on Thursday night where I'm like, listen, I get it. We've talked about this a lot. You can't tell players to lose. You can't tell coaches to lose. Totally get it. We've litigated that quite a few times on this show. But when you get late into that game and the Flyers broadcast is showing like, hat trick alert, Matvei Mishkov. I'm like, we love Matvei Mishkov. Don't you dare get a hat trick. We're like, oh, there are other good things that are happening. Tyson Forster scores a goal. Oh, great. Yeah. Alexei Kolosov gives up 3 goals in the first period, and you go, I see that instead of sexy Alexei, we're getting the Cola Sieve. In a lot of holes, things just kind of flow through. The Cola Sieve is here. And then there are moments in this game where he like kind of stood on his head. He faced a barrage of shots. Now, I'm not going to tell you that Alexei Kolosov looked great. And I somewhat jokingly put out on Twitter, although many people took it very seriously, that when they made the change from Fedotov to Kolosov, I tweeted, oh, great. You're giving the one guy who believes that he's playing for his job in the league next year, or trying to play for a spot on some team next year, you're putting him in net. Great. Because in fairness, if you've been a Flyers fan for a long time, you kind of know the way that last night was supposed to go. The way that last night was supposed to go is all the fans walk into the game saying, oh boy, just go lose the game. Just go lose the game. But every Flyers fan knows in the back of their head, they're going to fucking blow it. They're going to fucking blow it. And when NBC Sports Philly puts the thing up, I couldn't believe how early they did this too. It was like they were listening to me. It's like they knew what I was there for and what most of the people watching the game were there for. They have the scenarios. Oh, here's what happens if the Flyers win the game. Bad. Here's what happens if the Flyers lose in overtime. Still bad. Here's what happens if the Flyers lose in regulation. Oh, yes! It would be a wonderful treat on a Thursday. And then they showed again late in the game. And I swear to you, in the midst of all the profanities that were leaving my mouth, I almost felt like I was speaking in tongues. It was like profanity-riddled speaking in tongues, watching as the Flyers looked dangerous. I watched the Rocky Thompson horror show score a power play goal. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do with my hands. I didn't know what to do with anything. But I'm watching this game unfold, and I'm going, the guys they're trying. And I'm like, we all know kind of like what the best thing was draft-wise. But I'm like, you got to give the guys credit. And we could do it today because the Flyers ultimately lose in regulation, and they're going to get that number 4 spot in the draft lottery, and then we see where the ping pong balls go. But you can look at that game last night and say they had every reason to just be like mentally checked out and like going to Cancun or whatever. And they didn't. They fought hard. Now, do you give the tip of the cap to the culture that John Tortorella instilled over his years as the coach of this team? Is it the culture that remained with Brad Shaw, who definitely looks like an illegitimate brother of Keith Jones? Like, I know I've joked about that before, but like, you watch Brad Shaw on the bench, you're like, did Jonesy get a haircut? Like, what? They definitely are probably related. Maybe, okay? But you have to say that, like, last night's game, the team played hard.